talk about social ads for a second. A while back, I was in conversation with a Facebook ad strategist who was exploring potentially bringing me on to help deliver copy for her clients. And during that conversation, she asked me, Paige, how do you decide what ad angles to test? How do you decide to recommend ad copy for your clients? Do you always recommend running a problem-focused ad and an outcome-focused ad? How do you think about it? What I told her was this: I don't work from a template. I don't always recommend problem-focused ads or outcome-focused ads. So what I like to do when I'm working with clients and we're focused on writing social ads is that I start by looking at what the strongest messages in the data are. Which of those messages are bringing us the highest quality leads, maybe which messages are bringing us lower quality leads, so we want to stay away from those. And from there, I recommend ad concepts and then ad copy. So in a recent project, this is what that looked like. We started out with 3 ad concepts as a baseline. Ad 1, I recommended the ad concept be focused on a specific outcome. The outcome I chose was one we knew was bringing us the highest quality lead, and it was also the outcome that was best solved by the product. So there was a very strong alignment between the product's value proposition and the outcome that the prospect wanted. For ad number 2, I recommended we focus on a push event. Now, a push event is something that's happening in the prospect's life that's causing them to consider switching or even to actively look for a new solution. Now, in this particular context, we were selling a financial product, and at the time there was something going on in the economy that was bringing us leads with high urgency and high intent. They were ready to find a new solution and make the switch as soon as possible. Now, keep in mind, these people, they were solution aware, but they didn't know our solution existed. They just knew that the solution that they had wasn't working anymore, and they were looking for something better. And then for ad number 3, I wanted to test an ad that was targeted at someone in a slightly more advanced stage of awareness. So both the other 2 ads were in problem or goal aware and early solution aware. So neither of those ads were focused on people who knew that our product existed. So for ad number 3, I wanted to deliberately test an ad that would reach people who had heard of our type of solution before, but just may not know much about it. I wanted to test and see if we targeted someone who was a bit further along in the buyer's journey, would that result in a higher quality lead and a shorter sales cycle for my client? Even though we knew that when we looked at the market as a whole, there was pretty low level of awareness of the solution we were selling. So that's the 3 ad angles that I recommended, and then I wrote copy for each of those ads. So that's the process I followed. I did the voice of customer research, I mapped the conversion context, and then I looked for trends in the messaging, and I deliberately selected those that were correlated with higher quality leads, shorter sales cycles, more urgency, and higher intent. And that's how I approach recommending ad copy. I don't follow a template. I don't always test this or test that. I rely on the data to tell me where the biggest opportunities are. And that's my starting point. So if you'd like to take a more strategic approach to the social ad concepts that you test, we should chat. You can start a project conversation with me over at theimpactcopywriter.com.